first on the table today, I wanted to bring something to y'all. Feel free to do something. Feel free to not do something. That's okay. But this is a very good friend of mine, and I wanted to share her story with y'all. I want you to, if you feel like it, give to this cause. Don't give to this cause. Please pray. If nothing else, please pray. I spoke with her yesterday, and the story and what this family has gone through this year is it's heartbreaking. It's a feel-good story, and it's going to have a good ending. It's going to have a good ending. But nonetheless, I wanted to bring it to y'all, and please share it. Get the word out. This family really needs your help. So let's take a look real quick. This is my friend, Emily Henderson. Let's see. Now, I'm just going to read the story. Look how lovely this family is. And they have had a very trying year, as most of us have, but this one is particularly heartbreaking, but it will have a happy ending. It will have a happy ending. So this says, Emily is somebody I've known for almost 8 years. She is one of the most beautiful, kind, positive, inspiring, and loving women you will ever meet. Below is a short story of what happened and what is happening in her own words. And I can agree with every single thing in that statement and more. Emily, I can't think of somebody more deserving, and she is just all around. She does God's work on a daily basis. She works for a nonprofit. She gives back to recovering addicts. And her husband the same. So let's just take a read. On May 14th, my husband Daniel fell from Lookout Point in California while visiting his parents a few weeks before our first child was due to be born. By the time search and rescue team found him, he had been laying in a crevice between boulders for about 7 hours. They airlifted him to ICU, where he was unresponsive and stopped breathing while in the helicopter. After a few hours of being in the hospital, his neurosurgeon called me on FaceTime and told me that Daniel would not survive. The words bumped against my brain. It was like my own self would not allow me to accept that information, which is good. It's good that her brain rejected it, because these doctors are not God. I do not remember the rest of the phone call. I fell to the floor, vomited, and had to get cleared to fly. I was 36 weeks pregnant with a breech baby. I got on the plane the next afternoon, tears streaming down my face for the entire flight. I was on my way to see my new husband. Yeah, she hasn't even been married super long. I mean, it's just an incredible story. For what I thought would be the last time. He had survived longer than expected, and they were recommending that we take him off life support. The extent of his brain damage would prevent him from ever having the quality of life. Let's see. If he pulled through, he would remain in a vegetative state. After 4 days of being in a coma and unresponsive, they did an MRI to confirm his brain death. The results would determine whether he would pull. We would pull the plug after 12 straight hours of prayer. The MRI showed no damage to his brainstem. Why, guys? Because our God is so big and amazing. He would survive. He can recover. He may have quality of life. They said it would take 6 months to a year before we even knew what his recovery would look like. That was the last time I saw him, since he was no longer considered end-of-life patient. COVID-19 had shut down the visitation. He was he was transferred to an acute care facility where I saw him only on FaceTime. I flew home and gave birth to our beautiful baby girl, Willow. I cried for many reasons that day. Oh, I lost my place. He was weaned off the ventilator and flown home to Tennessee. He has only seen us through a window. Every time I read that or think about that, it's anybody that knows anybody with a TBI. TBIs can be heartbreaking, and they need that connection. And man, it's just heartbreaking. He has not been touched by a family member. He has never held his daughter. We have reached the critical 6-month mark, but our circumstances, unlike anything I could ever have imagined. His insurance stopped covering his stay, and they have been charging us $307 a day for his bed. He has not received any rehab in over a month. Anybody that knows a person with TBI knows that they have to have this physical therapy. They have to have it. They have to. It's no way around it. The recovery and quality of life depends on it. Depends on it. I spoke with her forever yesterday, and I was in awe at how they had been done, in probably because of COVID and a myriad of other reasons. But this is just a complete injustice. I'm not, I would say medical injustice, I guess. We have been approved. Let's see. I have called every brain injury coordinator and every brain injury rehabilitation hospital in the state of Tennessee. No one seems to be able to offer a solution. We have been approved for Medicaid, but the Medicaid beds are full. Our medical bills have toppled over a little over $1 million. I work for a nonprofit. I do not bring home much money. Daniel has the ability to recover, but we are unable to find care for him. I have been working full time, raising our child, visiting Daniel at his window, and doing my best to maintain my own recovery and mental health. We lost his income and gained a dependent. Before they stopped his rehab, he was learning to walk, feed himself, use the bathroom, and communicate. He now lays in bed 24 hours a day with no visitation, no stimulation. He is lonely, scared, and confused. Although this has been the hardest battle of my life, we have been blessed along the way. Our bills have managed to be paid, and we have love and support flying from every direction. Daniel is alive. We will continue. We will come home. He will come home one day. Some days I think I can't keep going, but I continue to put one foot in front of the other. My faith keeps me going. Willow keeps me going. If anything, please pray for our family and for Daniel's recovery. Thank you for taking the time to read this story. This isn't the end. And no, it is not. Let me hop back over here to y'all. I'm going to put this in the description. Please, if you find it on your heart, to our healthcare system is shameful. You are absolutely right. And welcome to the stream. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to put this in the description. I spoke to her for so long. This is just the tip of the iceberg. She has wrote the White House several times. The administrator, or the, what is it? I guess it would be administrator, but the person who approves the TennCare and things like that, called her personally. Like, she's been on it. She's reached out to everybody, anybody she can think of. So, yes, please, if nothing else, just please say prayers. Let's see. What's that, midnight? Yeah, life in a flip so quick. It really can. I mean, it really can. When they come out of this, wow. I mean, hey, Maureen, welcome, baby. Let's see. Got that. Let's see. He is a good, awesome God. Yes, he is. Seriously praying for the young man. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. Thank goodness the UK has NHS for everybody. This poor thing. It's awful. See, in my father, my biological dad, 2 years ago, he had a bad motorcycle wreck. He slid the length of a football field on his head with no helmet, because there's no helmet laws in Arkansas. So he has a serious TBI, and he had to have surgeries, different things. He had to physically, then you have to do mentally, but they have to be cleared to go home. Every single thing this family is going through, that Emily's going through, it's not standard protocol at all. They handled this shit awful. It's not fair. It's not right. It's inhumane. It's inhumane. It literally is inhumane to do this man like this. And he just wants to come in. He says, come in, because he still has a TBI. He's working things out. When you have a TBI, a traumatic brain injury, you can't, the way the doctor explained to us, it was like shaking Jello and trying to hope it falls back into place. It's just not. Like, it's going to be some little fragment of something, So, I mean, it's just awful. It's just awful. That's too much at once. Yes, COVID, loss of income, new baby, not being allowed to have contact. Yes, it is so much. It is so much. So I wanted to take a little time today and bring my friend's story to y'all. I'm going to post this GoFundMe in the description. If it had not been for God and her support system, any less of a person or any person that was set up any differently than she was, oh, he's a super nice guy, see, man. He's a super great guy. I mean, they're meant for each other. They're meant for each other. But anybody wouldn't have came out as good as they have. It's a sheer miracle he's been able to stay there as long as he has. And it's insane. His Cigna dropped. It doesn't pick back up until January. So right now the goal is, you know, at least tentatively, that way he can get back to the physical therapy. He has to have it. He has to have it. His other insurance will pick up. He will be able to go spend 6 months at a physical therapy facility. So that the goal right now is just raise enough money, pay for where he's at right now, and then move him into the 6 months, and then he can come home. But he's severely behind. He should have already been. And it's just, you know, please, if nothing else, just say some prayers to his family. If it's on your heart to give a little bit, you know, share it. Somebody you may know want to give a little bit. But nonetheless, thank y'all for listening. And let's just please, if nothing else, get this, you know, prayer moves mountains. You know, in general, it's a blanket statement. I'm not, you know, whatever you believe in, prayer moves mountains. So I just wanted to share her story with y'all. Let's see, they can't wait to disconnect people from, man, it is. And they had it. I'm telling you right now, 12 hours of prayer, no damage to the stem. You know how amazing that is? It's amazing. It is just completely nothing short of a miracle. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Sophia. Welcome. Anybody that came into the chat, if I missed you, welcome. So there's my friend, Miss Emily. There's her story. I'm going to isolate this portion of the video. I'm going to share it separately. So we're going to move on. And we are also going to add them to the prayer list that we already have going. And thank y'all for listening to my friend's story. Thank y'all so much.